Hey, I don't know what happened to my stream, but hopefully I didn't miss all of that. I'm just turning it on now again, hopefully, and hopefully I didn't go 10 minutes in without any audio. So once I finally get to the point where I'm publishing these, you'll be able to see the beginning of this. So the thing that we are working on, as a recap, in case this started 10 minutes late, which is my bad, I want to work on customizing the uploaded files. So I want to be able to customize the file name potentially. I maybe want to be able to create a custom bucket for the episode related data. Not sure if that's exactly what we're going to do, but we'll have to see. I'll eventually want to capture the width and height of the images. And the reason we need that, again, is so that we can get the width and height for the Facebook OG image width and OG image height. If those aren't there, it won't try to expand the image in the timeline view. And we want people to be able to see the awesome images that we put on these, not because they're awesome, but just because they catch people's eyes better than just a plain text. All right. So what I'm trying to look for is a way to handle customizing the names. And so what we have right here is a property directory renamer. And what this lets you do is specify a property that contains the directory name for the image that gets uploaded. So in this case, it says image contains slug attribute or get slug method. So what I'm adding right now is a get background image directory. The other thing that it has is this transliterate option, which removes special characters. So if I go ahead and look at what our if I look at what we have here for our GUID, which is what I think I'm going to use for the episode, since these are unique anyway, we can see that it's usually actually a UUID, with the exception of episode 31, which someone was trying to be clever. And then some of these, though, are actually look like URLs. So I think these might need to be replaced with something a little more stable. But we'll see if this works out of the box. So right now we're at the point where we've created the services to require us to specify background image directory. And so I'm going to do get background image directory. And for now, I'm just going to return and then get GUI. And then I'm just going to do it like this and see what happens, because just on its own, it should do something different than what we were doing before. So I want to see what that is. Admin. So here we have background image URL. It's the only thing it's showing. So let's edit this, change it, still call it red mic, save changes, and now let's check out what we have. So we have background, it still says red mic. All right, let's see where it shows up on disk. This uploads that podcast. So it does actually create a UUID directory. Let's go make sure that's what we should have here. It's F29A. F29A is close enough. And then we have F29A, and we have red mic in there. So it looks like it's putting it in a subdirectory, which is what we really wanted. So that's pretty awesome. The question to me would be, and I'm not really sure how to answer this, because do I want to specify the full paths from this level, or would I want to do something like URI prefix upload / episodes? Because then someone, directory namer. So I'm trying to figure out then how would I get / episodes in front of it. See if there's a directory prefix. Is there a basic usage, URI prefix, projects, upload destination. I wonder if I can do upload destination. Because that can be a flysystem path. I wonder if I can do this. Let's see what happens there. No file system mounted with that prefix. All right. So it looks like if I want to do that, it's not going to work this way. So I would have to specify episode-specific information there. Let's try this. So it seems kind of ugly to put it here, but I don't know if I'm going to have much of a choice. Let's try reloading. Okay, red mic. So that still went to the wrong location. Why would that go to the wrong location? Uploads, episodes dash. Okay, so it is going to do the transliteration? Yeah. I wonder if we can check out the instructions for flysystem. So storage, mapping. So map options use the default storage. All right, so we're going to have to tweak this a bit. So we're going to start using actual names for the adapters now. So we'll do default adapter. Let's instead call this episodes. Uploads.thatpodcast slash so I'm going to have to create this directory first, though I can look and see maybe it'll create it on its own for me, so I'll wait. Default adapter, it's going to be episode adapter, mount as episode, file system, and we'll call it default, or call it episode file system as well. Let's go back here. I don't know if we're actually using this anymore, so I'm going to leave it for now. And then we're going to say storage file system. Instead of default file system, we're going to use episode file system. URI prefix. This is where it is. So test, and then here we can do slash episodes. And then directory name. Okay. So let's see what this does now. And just to be clear, let's get rid of episode. The directory. And red mic. All right, so edit the episode, add red mic, and let's see where it puts it. All right, so it did create an episodes directory by itself, and it created the GUID and put red mic in place. I think this is probably pretty safe. I don't know if I need to be more specific than that. Worst case, what I want to be able to do is use like an S3 Explorer or something like that and be able to easily look through my directories. I just don't want to have a huge directory with 300 images in it and try to figure out which one's orphaned, for example. So I think this one's probably going to be fine as is. Now we need to figure out how to make this link actually go to the right spot, because that's still going to redmic.jpg, which is actually a 404. So let's see if this is just a cache issue. No, it's not. All right, so let's find out why EasyAdmin is doing it that way. So go to EasyAdmin, app path uploads. Here we go. So it's looking for the base field. It's using that app path uploads directory. So let's use instead, we need EasyAdmin to instead use the custom twig function. Base path. So what we were doing on, say, the episode page, this is something that Marcus mentioned previously, is that there was this file here. So let's do search for EasyAdmin. Incorrect tip in docs about custom namers. Show my image path. If you define custom namers, images won't be displayed correctly because the paths will be wrong. The simplest solution is to define a custom template fragment to display the image and use it in it the function. So let's see. So I can specify a template apparently. Okay, let's try that. So let's go back to EasyAdmin. Specify the type, list. Where was this at? This was on list. Property, type file. I think that's all fine. Except it said to remove this. So let's go ahead and remove it. And then let's create this. We'll just put it right in the root for now. And we'll just copy the snippet. Image file. I think second parameter is the name of the property with the uploadable file annotation. Ooh. Yowza. Okay. So it's not going to be smart enough to know which field I'm looking at, which is going to make this harder. So let's do background image file just to get it to work. There we go. So now it's actually showing the image inline, which is something I wanted to do anyway, which is pretty awesome. And if I click on it, that's pretty cool. And if I open link in new window or new tab, the URL, actually it's not working like I thought it would actually, but that's okay. Here we go. All right, so it's actually getting it from the place that I would have expected. So I think that's all working. The only problem I have now is that I don't want to create one of these for every single thing. So we have item ID. I wish I could find out how it's actually doing this, because if it's passing in the field that it's looking for, edit new views. All right, so here we have an image file. Any option to find the forms view is copied into the new and edit views. However, any option to find edit view. All right. Customize properties displayed, custom form options. So we are getting item. We know that. Okay, default your value. Do we not have dump anymore? How old is this? 2016. The past was possible since twig dump. Dump user. If you don't pass any values, all variables from the current context are dumped. So let's try that and see what we have. So lightbox. Nice. All right. So let's see if we have EasyAdmin background image URL. That's not passed anywhere. Awesome. So we have item as an episode, view is list, value is red mic, is accessible is true. Entity config. I'm going to do foo. I wonder if I can just pass additional things in. And if I do, where do they show up? So item. Entity config. Templates. Oh, there we go. So this is in backend config entities. All right, so it doesn't look like an easy way to get there. See if it's elsewhere as well. Field options. So let me do background image URL, and let's actually do file property. And then in here, let's see if we can do entity config. No, field options. Field options dot background image file. This should give us an error, if we're lucky, that this doesn't exist. Oh, file property. What did I do right here? Background image file. No, I did that wrong. Field options dot file property. This way we can reuse this template across the board. So let's first name something that we know doesn't exist. Bad background image file. All right, so now we see variable field options, right, of course. Let's actually field options, which makes me feel like, for consistency's sake, I should do file property. No, I'm not going to go that far. Exception has been thrown. Okay, so mapping not found for field bad background image file. So let's go ahead and change that to the correct name. Awesome. Cool. So what this means now is that we can use this template for other things that are being uploaded as well, whether it be, well, other image things. So let's do, yeah, so this is uploader image. We'll probably want to do the same thing for uploader media for when we're actually uploading MP3s and such. So, okay, so we got that done. Let's see what we have. So create custom bucket for episodes related data. I think I'm fine with that. We're not going to customize the file name, so I'm pretty happy with where this stuff is going. What I do want to do, though, is get the width and height. And so I'm going to go check and see what we have to work with there. I'm imagining we have some events or something. So let's go doc, index, event. All right, so useful resources, events. All right, so events points to Symfony dispatcher. So we can create a listener that will listen to preload, pre-upload, pre-inject, post-inject before files injected into the entity. Configure it. So we want to create a listener. So let's do let's use maker bundle bin console make. Let's see, we have make listener subscriber. Let's see what we have here. So we pass it the name and then the event. So choose the class name you want. So all right, and then what event do you want to subscribe to? All right, so let's do image upload, background image upload subscriber. And then let's use event name. Do I specify that? So it needs to be somewhere here. So pre-inject, it could be post-upload, right after the file upload is handled. Let's maybe try that. Because I think that means the file will still be local in the temp directory. So let's use this. I don't think the syntax is going to work. I think the actual thing that pops up is going to be wrong. But let's see what happens. There we go. So we're subscribing to events post upload. Yeah, so we need to change this to not be a string. There's no easy way for them to figure that out, I guess. So we want these events post upload. So on post upload, we're going to do something. Let's see here, post upload. Post upload. Oh, it's just an event. Final class event. Ah. Well, that's not working the way I wanted it to. All right, uploader event. So there. So let's see what we have access to with this event. Get mapping and get object. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a message every time we upload something. So this isn't going to be something that will happen just for image upload. So if we want that to be the case, we're going to have to do something with that. So we'll do if not instance of episode. We'll just exit early. So I don't think I have to do anything with the event. I don't have to return the event. What does event get mapping look like? Get mapping, get mapping name. I think that might be what it is. So get mapping name. So if so this is tying this class into the configuration, which I don't really like that much, but I don't know. There we go. I don't know that there's anything I can do about that at this point. So we can fix this later if we need to. So go back to the subscriber. So if the mapping name isn't specifically the episode background image, we want to return as well. So we don't want to do anything in this event unless it's actually something that we need. And so I'm going to just do this because why not? So I want to see what actually exists at this point. I'm going to upload. All right, so the event has an object, which we know what that object is. It's an episode. And we also have a property mapping. So the namer is null, the mapping name, okay, so it is episode background image. So that's working like I sort of expected. Property paths, what are those? File name, so it's getting some of that information, I guess. Accessor, ignore valid, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Mapping, URI prefix, episode file system. What I want to do is find out where the file is actually living at this point. So namer is null. Directory namer is property directory namer. Upload destination. delete, on, remove, update. Huh. Let's go back and see what we have here for events. Get mapping, do your stuff with the object and or mapping. Right after a file upload is handled, before a file is injected. Events, no issues. I would have thought the mapping would have had the file, the temporary file. Get temporary upload file for files are not uploaded. Temp name is inserted. Uploaded file. Upload. So this dispatch pre-upload event object mapping. Post-upload event. Okay, so storage upload object mapping. Get mapping. Get mapping name. Get upload destination. See what get upload destination does. Let's see what else we have. Get. Ooh, let's get file. Maybe file has something for us. File name? No. Let's just do this first. No, so that's just upload background image directory. Good file name. I'm a little worried since this bit of code here, if this is current code, it doesn't look like it does actually do anything with the uploaded file. Storage upload object to mapping. Pre-upload. So I'm going to find out what storage upload does. So let's go here. Storage So uploads the file in the uploadable field of the specified object according to the property configuration. All right. Upload. So it's storage. File system storage. Do upload. They're all inheriting from abstract. Upload mapping get upload destination dot directory separator dot dir. Fly system. Put stream file get mime type. So where's it getting file from? I'm guessing that's going to be an abstract storage. Upload. Do upload mapping file dir name. Mapping. Oh. Get file. Get upload destination. It is a file. Okay. Now I need to know where to get upload dir. Get upload dir. Oops. All right, get upload dir. That's not what I needed actually. So maybe I don't need that. So if I have if this has a file, what kind of file is this? Faith name. I think it's too far already. Uploaded file. Found. Get upload name. So that's not working. Get upload name. okay, so that's not even happening. Oh, maybe it is okay. There we go. That's still not working. All right, so let's do... So it is a Symfony component file, but not an uploaded file. I wonder how those are different. Or why we're not getting an uploaded file at that point. So, So object property mapping, get file. All right, I'm going to step back a second here. Let's look for uploader bundle width height. Oh, width height. No. Wallpaper listener. Ah, so it actually has width and height. It's just setting them. Entity set file name. Okay, so that's doing that all by hand. Yeah, that's not super useful. File. Let's see, what are we doing? Post upload. Post remove. Font size. Document. Event listener created a whole new entity. Persist file. This seems harder than I would imagine it should be. Pre-persist, pre-update, cause validation fill, update. Can upload right to database. File duplication. Hey Marcus, thanks for joining chat. Perhaps you can help me with this. I'm trying to figure out how I can get, having to search this deep into the GitHub issues is like having to click on page 2 of Google search results. Yeah, I agree. Marcus, the thing that I'm trying to do right now, and I think you said you helped maintain this, at least for a little while, I want to do something to probably like what this person's doing. Actually, this is the first one I've seen. Events. Yeah, so the docs here are interesting. You get an object and you can get a mapping, and then you can do stuff with the object or the mapping. The problem is I don't know how to get the file that's uploaded before it's actually been uploaded, because I don't want it to upload. I mean, I do want it to upload, but I want to do something locally first. So what I really want to do in here is set episode $event get object, and then I want to do width, height, get image size, something, and then episode set background image width, episode set background image height. And I can't because I don't know where to get this something. So far I've found this file object, which I guess I can DD that again. It's apparently not a Symfony uploaded file anymore for some reason. It looks like it's just a normal file, but I don't think it has enough information here for me to be able to actually find where this uploaded file had existed. So I guess I can try an earlier event maybe. Let's see here. There's way too much stuff going on. Let me see if trying pre-upload before a file upload is handled. Maybe at this point, post-upload, it's already deleted or moved the uploaded file, but I wouldn't think it would do that before it did something else. So it could be as simple as just looking at a different location here. So let's remove. I'm stuck on this much longer than I had thought I would be. So we'll do on pre-upload. Okay. That makes sense then. So what I can do now is call this file an uploaded file. And I should be able to get it. So let's do get image size from $file get temp.
Dinner's ready.
Okay, thanks. I'll be there in a minute. Sorry, so get file name, get real path. Let me see what the docs are for uploaded file. So get real, get path, return whether the file was uploaded successfully. Client original name. I don't want any of the client functions. Get path. I think it might just be path. There we go. We'll just try that first. Array 0. Var. Okay, so that wasn't it. So let's do symfony. We'll put files. File is get brochure. Removing that. I wonder if it's going to not allow me to do anything here, because this looks like it's moving. Target file. Get file name. Get dimensions method. Look at the file class. All right, so the bundle has it already. VichFileUpload bundle. So I should already have this here. So this. Okay, so the bundle should already have it, which is good. So let's do get dimension, contract, get size, failed. All right, so entity file.php embeddable. Oh, interesting. So I'm not actually using this entity, so I'm not sure how this would be usable. Dimensions is a dimension, simple array. pretty sure I can't do file get dimensions, but let me see. If I can, no. Yeah, the file gets its directory change, its directory name change. Does the SPL file, there we go, get path, it's a path to the file, omitting the file name. So get file name. All right, so let's see if I can do that. All right. If it turns out there's a better way to do this later, I'm fine with that. But for right now, I just want to see this work. So we can call this one done for now, because I need to shut down the session in a couple of minutes. So let's do this, let's do file name, get image size, file name. Let's see what happens now. All right, so background image. It looks like, actually, I don't think we knew what this had before. So we've got image URL and height. So let's do null these, reload so it sticks. And then let's see if we can do that again. And if we can, then we know this listener is doing something useful. Actually, we could do this one because this is get real path. Let's see here. Get real path. Spans all symbolic links, resolves relative references, and returns a real path to the file. Okay. Let me go ahead and change that then. Path, there we go. Thanks for that, Marcus. Let's go ahead and choose Hexcellence instead. Save changes, and let's go see if we have something new. We do, 150 by 173, which is definitely not the same as what we had before, and it's definitely not null. So let's go ahead and try one more time to edit this and rename it to Red Mic, or not rename it, but actually change it. Cool. And let's see, width and height are now extremely different. So I think this is working. Let me get rid of that DD file. I think that was in here. Yeah, or actually it wasn't, it was just a dump. So let's see. Cool. Awesome. So we've gotten most of the things taken care of. Image URL is something reasonable. We are also capturing the width and height. It took a little longer than I had intended. My bad on that. The only thing that we don't have is deleting old file when creating a new file. And I'm not sure that I'm actually going to bother with that. If we look at the directory structure now, so we can go to uploads. We can see, there we go. We can see that we have an episodes directory. We can see, actually, I'm going to remove that leading episodes, cd episodes, leave it there for now, but that does need to go away. And then ls, we can see we have Red Mic. If I, I'm actually a little surprised that Hexcellence isn't in there. Choose file, Hexcellence, save changes. That's weird. That's weird because I don't know why it's deleting the old version, unless it just does that automatically somehow, magically. Let me go to this episode, and we'll change this one to red mic. And ls. Huh. Change this. Excellence. Wow. So somehow it's cleaning up after itself, and I don't know why. I don't know why that would be the case. But I'm going to allow it for now, and if there's a problem with it, we'll check it out later. I do want to remove this bit, I think. No, it's background image directory. This is creating the episodes / GUID, and that's where we're getting this extra slash. So I'm going to remove that, I believe. Just want to make sure this works right. Marcus says you can configure this via the settings. So it sounds like it does actually remove the last version of the file, which is cool. If it does that out of the gate, it was just a little surprising because I've had to tell it to do everything else. So I want to see here now if we can do red mic. All right, cool. Now we don't have that episodes prefix anymore. And then we'll do hexalence for this one. And let's find, oh, yeah, so now we don't have to worry about that. All right, so cool. All right, so I'm going to call this session done. It says, okay, so Marcus says there's a delete on remove, and the mapping needs to be false. So that's pretty cool if that just works out of the box without having to do anything. I'm pretty excited about that. So I honestly expected to have to do a lot more. The basic usage, configuration reference. I should have looked at this a while ago. I'm used to some of these bundles having this information up front. I didn't see it here. So twig true, form true. Let's see, upload destination. Delete on remove, so determine whether to delete file upon removal of entity. That looks good. Actually, delete on remove if mapping needs to be false. And delete on update, determine whether to delete the file upon update of entity. I think that's probably the one that is in place here, that it's deleting the old version when a new one gets updated, but I could be wrong. So, where's that above? Cool. Awesome. Thanks for your help on that, Marcus. That was great. So what we have is actually having taken care of this one too. So I'm going to mark that on here. Delete on update. Cool. Awesome. So that's going to be it for today, or at least for this afternoon. I have another session later this evening. I'm going to be switching over from that podcast to working on the Astrocasts site, and that session should be considerably longer as well. So thank you for joining this afternoon, and I will see you tomorrow on that podcast if you come back for tomorrow's session. Otherwise, I will talk to you this evening for the longer session. Have a good night. Thanks.